that anyone's ever had. Like Rome at the time, which was just like basically the entire world. Like they had power over the entire world. He was the king, so it's not even like he was the president. He's the king of it. So like he whatever he says, it's done. There's no kicking the king out of office. You could kill him, but like there's no like, oh, we vote to remove the king. It's like he gets to do whatever he wants. He's the king of all these people, like, and then the kings of his time, they abuse the shit of it. Obviously, like the way that they treated women at the time, the way that they treated other people. Like you're the king. Like why do you care what other hungry the power not money power hungry you read like his journal and you're like, oh my god, like this guy had all that power and these were his thoughts. Like it's the most it's like like in terms of like actually one of the most wise, and he kept that wisdom all throughout his reign. And in like the time we live in today, when you compare people, okay, so it's there's no excuse. Power is no excuse to be to not be a thoughtful person because this guy did it, and he's like the shining star for that example. Where it's like, no, absolute power does not absolute corrupt absolutely. That's only when it's put in the wrong hands. So stop giving out that excuse so freely, because like the people that you elect to be in power can, in fact, be wise. They don't have to. So you know what I mean? That's just super inspired by that, especially like the business leaders of the world, like modern kings, like Jeff Bezos, like Elon, uh, like Zuckerberg. They're the modern kings. Like I wouldn't compare the president to Marcus Aurelius. Like the modern kings are the heads of the companies that direct everything. And so comparing them to like he deeper you dig into things, goodness is what bubbles up. You might go through a layer of evil. You might go through you're as you're digging, you're if you dig far enough, you're gonna find evil. But if you dig even further, he's saying that eventually goodness bubbles up. And that's cool. And now, obviously, you don't read this and say, and like try and memorize it. You're just like, it's thought, like, you're just getting inspired. He says, to love only what happens, what is destined, no greater harmony. Like, just little things like this, you know? It's like, and he was the king. Like, he could have had 18 of the 18 virgins, what these kings were doing. They were drinking and they were partying and they were and like you were the and so instead of doing that, you reside to your journal and you write thoughts like this. Like if there's going to be someone to inspire by, it's going to be that, right? Okay, what do I think about game four? That was very heartbreaking. That was extremely heartbreaking. Did someone recommend the book to me? I don't think so. I think I found it in a. I mean, like whatever. Like like I probably found your best to get inside their minds. So practice really hearing what people say. Do your best to get inside their minds. Like, and he's not just doing that to like to gain more power. He's that so that's another thing is like today's modern kings are like these corporate people. Like the reason they would want to get into others' minds is because they like well like I'm putting words in their mouth and I don't want to assume too much, but I'm assuming anything that they're doing to like do more, they're just trying to gain more power. Like so they don't have absolute power. They have and they keep wanting more. He had all he can get. He doesn't need to be better. You know, he doesn't need to he's getting better because he wants to get better, not because he wants more money, he wants more power. He already has the all the power. So like the fact that he still wanted to just be his perfect self, even though he was the pinnacle, like he had everything that anyone could ever want. I mean, I've said it enough, but that's really crazy to me. Awaken, return to yourself. Now no longer sleep, knowing they were only dreams, clear-headed again, treat everything around you as a dream. Like, come on, come on, come on. But yeah, okay. I think that's a good place to end it. Um, Check it out. There's obviously free copies of like his quotes everywhere. Just like check them out. I don't know if that kind of stuff like interests you. I mean, you've probably already like heard about Stoicism before. Trying to memorize some philosophy is trying to memorize some philosophy isn't necessarily going to get you anywhere, but just like trying to understand with the like trying to be like I want to understand life, so I'm gonna like pick up all these different cool to me. So like trying to like go through all the different books and being like memorize that's going to give you a little bit more of a transformation. At least that's what I've learned at least. Yeah, it's Meditations by Marcus Aurelius. So like if you ever hear me say the word enter Mars, like so that's like what I name my company, Enter Mars. The Mars is spelled Maurs, and Maurs comes from like the blending of the name Marcus Aurelius. Uh, and it goes way deeper than that. But obviously, it started off making a journal app called Enter. I needed to make a corporation for it. Enter as a name is obviously super taken, so it needed to be Enter something. and I started with a journal app, and I just like, he's the coolest. This is the coolest journal I've ever seen, so I'll name it Enter Mars. And then from there, uh, I've I've uh, I've turned Mars into something like into a greater meaning. Uh, but yeah, that's where that name's from. If you ever see it, thank you. Enter. Yeah, honestly, the word "enter" is the coolest word. And Marcus Aurelius has a quote. It says, "Enter your mind and enter the mind of others." And so the company's just an app development company. So I've got one app out there right now. I'm working on the second one, but it's a company. It's an app development company. Also, the app development company is also the company that built the club. So I guess I have two apps out there. It's just not like a public facing. I have a trademark on the name. I don't know if I ever want to do patents. I don't like patents. I don't like extra. Guys, I can talk forever. So this is a problem. This is a problem. Now I can talk about patents. But trademarking is more in defense because like now that it's out there and it's out there, no one can trademark against me. But if someone starts using it, then I can attack because I have the trademark. But I don't care if other people use it. Like that's fine. Do your thing. Obviously, there would be a point where like if someone's ripping off someone under my name, but yeah. Patenting products. I'm just gonna say this super quick. Patenting products isn't inspiring to me. I don't like patenting. I don't. Patenting products isn't that inspiring because then I think what's more inspiring than a company that patents their products for protection is a company that continuously updates the product such that anyone that would copy them is months behind because yes, I didn't patent it, so you can copy it, but by the time you copied it, I've already put out an update that beats yours. So like so I don't need to patent it every time, hire lawyers, hire patent lawyers, and then hire a defense lawyers to defend those patents. It's like, no, I hire engineers and we create updates so fast and so much better than the competition, such that if there is someone copying, it's not necessary to patent it. It's just like you can copy the old thing. I've already moved on. You know what I mean? That's why I don't get why Apple spends so much money on patents for their phones. It's like what it's like the brand is worth so much more than those patents. They have so much money. They can hire defense lawyers and patent lawyers and all that stuff. So I understand that. But yeah, I'm also like super new to this, so these opinions and these visions might be super naive, but that's just kind of how the experiment I'm gonna run with my life, and if they fail, they fail. You know. But yeah, this was awesome. I'm gonna say goodbye because I said I was gonna do it in half an hour, and then I did an hour. But I want to say I was worried. I was like, did I did I talk about everything the first time? Did I run out of things to talk about? But it looks like I can keep I don't think that I've found my limit yet. So thank you. Thanks for listening. I wonder, it'd be fun if like if I was able to record myself like with it and then just post it as like a podcast somewhere for you to like re-listen like as a podcast episode on like a podcast streaming thing. That'd be fun.